And that is one of my biggest pieces of advice to new Amazon sellers is don't become overly attached to your product ideas. Unfortunately for me, I did not do enough research to realize that it was very, very saturated already and very competitive already. And one thing that I'm constantly telling the students in my step-by-step Amazon program is that it's so important to differentiate your product. And the best way to do that is to know what your competitors offer. If you don't know what they are providing, then how can you provide something better, right? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna be revisiting my very first product I ever sold on Amazon 6 years ago. Yes, I cannot believe it's been 6 years since I have been officially an Amazon FBA seller and doing it full time for the last 5. So I thought it would be fun to just take a quick look back and see that very first product, things that I have learned, things I would have done differently if I would have known back then, what I know now. Before we get started, go ahead and click on that subscribe button so that you can be notified whenever I upload new Amazon and e-commerce videos to this channel. And without further ado, let's get started. I do have a video that'll be posted talking about how I got into Amazon selling in the first place, but all you need to know for now is that I started back in 2019. Now I'm gonna be honest and say that this very first product I was very emotionally attached to, and that is one of my biggest pieces of advice to new Amazon sellers is don't become overly attached to your product ideas. The reason for this is you wanna be able to be objective when you're looking at products and not be so emotionally invested in them that you try to force a bad product to be a good one just because you care about it or because you feel very, very attached to it. And so that is one of the main places I went wrong with this first product. There were signs that it was not going to do well. I just was not able to identify those signs because I had no experience and I had no clue what I was doing. So now's as good a time as ever to just tell you guys what that product was, and I do have it here with me. This thing is on its last leg. I mean, I've had this for 6 years. It's not meant to be something that you hold on to for this long, but I keep it just for remembering the times where I had no idea what I was doing and the growth. I feel like it's a very good representation of how far I've come in my journey with entrepreneurship. So here it is. The product is a nail buffer and a nail file. Back in this time, I was very much into beauty, so this was right up my alley of something that I would use myself, and so that is why I picked this product. So here is what it looks like. Hopefully my camera will do a good job zooming in, but here is the file. Here is the buffer. The file is a glass nail file. Nice, simple, very kind of sleek product. There is a case that it goes inside of right here. And then the buffer is just very simple. I think it's 4-sided, and there are different steps numbered on each side. So step 1, step 2, 3, 4. If you're not familiar with this product, it's just a nail product. You use it to shape your nails and to smooth out your nails. That's literally all it does. So I bundled the both of these items. And at the time that I first started selling on Amazon, there wasn't anyone who was bundling them together. There were people who were selling the nail file, people who were selling the buffer. Some brands were even selling both, but as separate individual products. I was the first to combine these back in 2019. So I thought that I had the world's best differentiator. I'm thinking nobody else has this bundle, so I'm gonna kill it, right? Unfortunately for me, I did not do enough research to realize that it was very, very saturated already and very competitive already. So when I'm talking about saturation and how competitive the product was, there were many other sellers who had both of these individually for a cheaper price than what I was offering them as a bundle. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, it's a bundle, they're getting 2 for 1, so I'm gonna price that higher. And that didn't necessarily work for me the way that I thought it would. People could still just buy this one and still have it for the same price or cheaper. So it didn't hit the way that I wanted it to, but I had no clue because I had never sold before. So that was a lesson that I had to learn the hard way, unfortunately. But either way, I was very, very proud of this product. When I first launched, I just knew I was going to be rich off this product. I'm not even going to lie. I had high hopes for this, and it didn't pan out the way that I wanted it to, but I learned a lot from selling this very first product. So before I keep on going, I want to just show you the rest of the package, which you might not care as much about, but this is important when you are selling on Amazon, is the type of packaging that you're going to place the product in, how it looks and how it functions, especially when you're thinking about the customer experience and what they are going to receive. So here is how I packaged it. This is a It's not an OPP bag, which is just a simple plastic bag. This is a little bit thicker. It's kind of a silicone material, and it had a zipper. It doesn't anymore because it's been 6 years. I have no clue where the zipper went, but it used to zip up. And inside of it, there is a thank you card. And I had it just on like a little card. It almost looks like a business card or something. But it just says, thank you for your purchase. We hope you enjoy your premium buffer and file set. Share your photos of your beautiful nails with us on Amazon or Instagram. And then I linked our, well, not anymore, but the Instagram at the time was linked down below. So I thought that this was nicely done. I was pretty proud of it. And it's made on kind of like a cardstock. So I think this was my way of trying to ask for a review without explicitly asking for a review. And just as a heads up, you are allowed to ask for reviews. You just can't explicitly ask for a positive review. So if you want to make your own thank you card, you can say, thank you for your purchase. We would love if you could leave us a review on Amazon. Here's how, or whatever. You can do that, but you can't say, please leave us a 5-star review or please leave us a positive review. And I don't know about you guys, but I shop on Amazon a lot, and all the time I get products that do explicitly ask for a 5-star review. So those are against terms of service, and you can get in trouble with Amazon for doing that. So it's better to just be safe and not do that so that you can make sure that you are compliant with Amazon's terms of service. But anyway, that's the way that I did it. And like I said, it was all packaged in here. The last thing that I just want to show you guys about this product is the way that I kind of had it labeled, because when you're starting out, you might be wondering, well, what types of things should I have on my product packaging? Should I, include lots of details? What is necessary? What do I have to put on there? And realistically, the most important things to have on the actual product themselves is the barcode, the name of the product, the weight of the product, or any relevant ingredients. I think those would be the most important things that you have on there. And of course, your logo. So that's what I did with mine. It says nail sets, 3-step buffer and crystal file. That's what I have up here. It's hard to read because it's faded. And then my logo was down here. And then on the back side of it, I have instructions for how to use it. Again, kind of hard to read it on camera, but it says restore and strengthen weak, damaged nails with your premium 3-step name of the brand, buffer, block, and crystal file. Simply follow the steps on the buffer. Step 1, remove ridges. Step 2, smooth. Step 3, shine. Very, very simple. You make it easy so people can't mess it up, or you don't want people to say that the instructions are too complicated or too hard to follow. That's going to lead to bad reviews. So I was like, how can I make this the most basic step-by-step ever, besides just numbering it, is to just say remove ridges, smooth, shine. I'm not overcomplicating it, right? And then it says continue with a double-sided nail file for strong, beautiful, shiny nails. Use once weekly or as needed. So that is the way that I did it. Down at the bottom, I have the barcode, or this was the Amazon barcode, which is called an FNSKU. So that's what was printed right on here. And then down below that, it says made in China right on the packaging. So you want to have the country of origin on the packaging as well. So with that, that's basically what the product looked like. It had thank you card, buffer, and then the nail file all together. And originally when I had launched this product on Amazon, I believe my starting price was $11.99. And I remember playing with the price point. I think I went up to $14.99 at one point. I think I even went all the way up to $19.99 at one point, and then played around, went down, went up. And that is a really nice thing about selling on Amazon, is that you get to control your price point and you can adjust it as needed. You can make yourself more competitive by lowering your price. You might think that you have a very premium offer. Maybe you're running out of inventory and you want to slow down your sales. And so you increase your price in order to, cause a little bit of a slowdown effect while you wait for your new inventory. There are lots of different strategies and reasons why you might play around with your pricing. And I think it's really cool that Amazon gives you that right as the brand owner and as the seller, that you get to choose, okay, this is the value of the product and this is the price point that I want to put it out at. So I definitely think that it's important when you are launching a new product to always keep an eye on your competition. You should be watching the market no matter what. I do think that sometimes when people are starting out, they think, okay, I know what product I'm going to sell, and then they never look at the numbers again. They just start talking to suppliers and completely ignore what's going on within the niche. And I do think that that is doing yourself a disservice, because you want to know how things are changing over time. You want to know, are there a bunch of new sellers who have come in? Are there any other people who have your specific offer? Does it seem like everyone is lowering their prices? Is everyone increasing their prices? What is going on? And knowing that is definitely going to help you just be aware of the landscape of your niche. That way you can make adjustments as necessary. For example, let's say you place an order with a supplier and they are actively working on creating your product, and then you see somebody else launches your exact offer. Let's say you are planning on a bundle and someone else beats you to it and they release that bundle. You might then tell your supplier, hey, can we add this extra little thing, just to make sure you give yourself that little bit of an edge over the person who just launched? Because the truth of the matter is, you had no clue they were going to launch that, and you can't see the future. You can't read people's minds. So you just have to do the best with the information that you have. And the more aware you are of what's going on, it just gives you more of an opportunity to make adjustments as needed. So always keep an eye on what's going on. Not a big deal. I'm not saying spend an hour a day looking at everyone else and what they're doing, but take a glance at it, a couple of minutes every couple of days, just see what's going on. Make sure the demand is still there. Make sure there are no drastic changes. And that way, you can be privy to anything that would be helpful to your own business. So with all that being said, and now with 6 years of experience under my belt, I want to talk about what I would do differently if I were to relaunch this product, and if I knew back then what I know now about selling on Amazon. First things first, I would never sell this product in current day. I think as time has gone on, of course, with anything, it's going to become more competitive over time. And there are many different sellers who do still provide this product, who have done so for many, many years and are still obviously profitable, which is why they're continuing to sell it. But I personally would not sell this product because the reviews are just super high. And as a new seller, it would not make sense for me. Now, if I had to relaunch this product, like I just had no choice, and someone said, here, if you can launch this product, we'll give you $1 billion, I'd say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I would have to come up with a very, very, very unique differentiator. There are all different types of colors of this product, the nail file, the buffer, different color schemes, different materials have been used. There would have to be a very unique selling proposition and a very unique outlier with the one that I would offer in order to make it successful. And realistically, there are two ways to make a product successful on Amazon if they are in competitive niches. If they're in a competitive niche, the only two ways to make it successful, in my opinion, are one, to have an extremely unique differentiator. You have to have something that nobody else has, something that's very hard to duplicate, and something that makes you stand out visually and also in the way that it is used. You need to have something significant. Or you can just have a really, really, really high budget for your ad spend. And that is not something that I feel is realistic for most new sellers. You probably don't have that much money that you want to spend just on ads, because you're starting out and you need to, see some profits before you're going to be spending that much on your marketing. So I don't think that that's a viable route to launching a successful product for most beginners. And therefore, your only other option is to make the product unique. And one thing that I'm constantly telling the students in my step-by-step Amazon program is that it's so important to differentiate your product. And the best way to do that is to know what your competitors offer. If you don't know what they are providing, then how can you provide something better, right? It's studying not the enemy, but studying the competition. And you want to know, what are they doing well? What do people like about what they have to offer? But then where are they lacking, and where do customers wish there were improvements? And you can be that one to come in with the improvement. All the customers are complaining that they wish it was made out of silicone instead of metal. You can be the one to offer the silicone version, right? These glass nail files, like what I was selling, there weren't always glass nail files. I mean, there used to be commonplace was just metal or just very gritty paper, those types of disposable nail files. And people wanted something more ergonomic, more economical, something that felt more gentle on the nails. And that's how they came up with the glass version. So it's always nice to be be first to innovate a unique selling point. And so if you can get creative and you can think of different ways that will make the product more appealing, you only benefit yourself. You set yourself up better to be able to, one, launch successfully, and two, increase your price point, because when you have something that no one else has, you can almost kind of monopolize that feature or that thing that makes you stand out above everyone else's. Now, I will say, if you have something great, people are going to copy it because, of course, they want to reap the benefits of the thing that you have launched or the thing that customers are really resonating with. But either way, you have the advantage of doing it first and doing it better and being the originator. So, think of ways that you can be unique and that will serve you well on your Amazon journey. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was really fun for me to take a trip down memory lane and just revisit this product. It's been so long, and I've launched 11 different products since this one. So I definitely learned a lot when I went down the route of, starting off with this product. And that's really the way that you want to look at every product that you launch. It's just a learning experience, and know that you will do better on the next one if the first one doesn't work out. So don't ever get discouraged. If you want to sell on Amazon, if you want a business that's going to be passive for you, I 100% encourage you to go ahead and give it a try. And if you do need help step by step, I do have resources linked for you down in the description of this video. And if you have any questions, of course, as usual, go ahead and put them in the comments and I will do my best to help you out. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.